Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here with Bernie Pollock, Pollock Automotive in Vancouver. 38 years of repairing vehicles and 18-time winners of Best Auto Repair in Vancouver, as voted by their customers. How you doing, Bernie?
Doing very well. Say 38
So,
years, I start to feel a little old.
well, it happens to all of us. The gray
Yeah,
hairs start to creep in.
they
So,
do.
2002 Volvo V70 driver's door module replacement. This is a little bit of a different thing. What was going on with this driver's door?
Well, when the vehicle was brought to us, there was a couple of interesting issues. First of all, the battery would go dead overnight. So again, that doesn't necessarily indicate a driver's door module. But what did indicate a problem in that area was that there was a clicking sound coming from the driver's door area where the power window switch was located. The driver's door module and power window switch are kind of an integrated unit. And there's a clicking sound. As soon as you shut the key off, there'd be a click, 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 constant noise. If you unplug that unit, the noise would go away. Of course, you have no functional power windows, but also the customer had noted that the power drain would go away, so the battery wouldn't go dead overnight. So that kind of gave an indication the problem was in that area.
Okay, well, what's a driver's door module?
Okay, well, I kind of almost explained that, but a driver's door module, well, basically it's a computerized unit that sits, it's usually integrated with the power window switch assembly. And what it does is it networks with the other computers in the vehicle. So although a 2002 seems pretty old, it's actually pretty modern by the standards of way vehicles are built. This vehicle has a number of networked modules, and the driver's door module is one piece of it. So what happens is, I think in an older car, you would when you pull a power window switch, say for the passenger window, it had very thick wires that would go all the way over to the passenger's window, motor, and switches, and that would cause the motor to go, that would cause the window to go up and down. But it would require very thick wires, a lot of current draw through the car. With modern vehicles, they've eliminated that. There's just one main power and ground wire that goes to the to each door, and then from there it gets a very low voltage computer signal as a little relay in the module, and that all works again through a central control module. So the driver's door module is a piece of that. I hope that isn't too complicated of an explanation. But well, I mean, what it does is it allows for smaller wires. As the cars have got more complex, there's more electronics to them, so it allows for smaller wires, less number of wires, and also certain functionalities. Like for instance, if you get in like a European convertible, some of them you got to open the power roof, and it'll automatically lower all the windows. And these are the functions you can do when you have everything electronically linked together. So you can hit one button and it'll open all the windows of the car. Maybe overly complicated, but it's kind of neat, and that's just the way cars are nowadays because we can do it.
So I'm going to guess that the repair was just replacing the door module. Is that what was involved with the repair?
Well, you'd think so. However, being a complicated electronic piece, it is a little more complicated than that. The door module is actually a really easy piece to replace. Clips in and out of the door, doesn't take too long to do. But the hitch is, on this particular car, and it's not the case with every one of them, but on a Volvo, you have to reprogram the module to the vehicle. There's coding inside the module, and once you plug the new one in, the vehicle doesn't know it has a driver's door module. So reprogramming is something we have to do. At this point, I'm just going to go share a couple of photos because we're going to talk about some reprogramming. But I'll just get into a photo share for a second here. So we have so here's the door locks. Here's the power window switch mechanism. With it's typical. It's got the power mirror, as well as the power door lock and the 4 windows. And the actual module itself sits underneath the power window switch. So it's all kind of one big unit, about 3-4 inches deep. Now here's, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong things here. Here's to reprogram the vehicle, we actually hook a computer up, and you can actually see all the modules in the vehicles. This is Volvo's original OEM software, and when it scans the vehicle, it actually picks up all the modules. So you have the ECM, which is your engine control module, TCM, transmission control module. So this is a whole list. All the green units are modules that are on this vehicle. And then you notice there's one red one, DDM, driver's door module. This is the module before we reprogrammed it. is basically the computer saying, well, we don't read this module, we don't see it. So that's kind of a list. This is fantastic because, you know, again, you've got a rear module, passenger door module, and I won't decode some of these on the, I can figure them out, but it might take a little while. A BCM body control module, that's a big one too, where a lot of these, but you can see they're all linked in some way, shape, or form.
And is programming module something you're doing a lot in your shop?
Yeah, it's something we can do. Now, it varies from vehicle to vehicle, what we're capable. We can pretty well program any vehicle, but certain vehicles we can program more of than others. And Volvo is awesome because we can actually program any module. Actually, when we interface with it, it actually gives us the complete OEM manufacturer's diagnostic system. So really good capabilities. It's not something we do very often because it costs extra money to access it. So if we have a tricky diagnosis, we can access that system. And then, of course, we have access to all the software to download. But with a lot of some other vehicles, we can only do the engine and transmission. We also have a company that we deal with that has some more sophisticated diagnostic equipment and scan tools. It's all their business is basically reprogramming vehicles. So we call on them from time to time to do some of the vehicles that are a little trickier. But Volvos are awesome. You know, Volvo is really excellent for what we can do.
And so how did the car work after all the repairs?
Fantastic. I mean, there's no more battery drain. All the windows worked fine. I mean, the moment it was reprogrammed, everything just started working just like it should. And no more clicking sounds, no more power drains. Just worked perfectly.
So this is an almost 16-year-old Volvo, getting old. Is it still a worthwhile used car to be doing these kind of repairs on?
Well, I'd say it's still worthwhile to do it if the rest of the car's in good shape. It was a rather pricey repair because unfortunately the door module is only available from the Volvo dealer. There didn't seem to be any used ones available, and then there's all the reprogramming and of course the diagnosis. I don't want to get into the cost, but it wasn't a cheap repair. But I mean, overall, these are pretty good. These are pretty good cars. They're worth keeping. They're generally well built. I'd say repair costs are kind of higher than average, but it is a more sophisticated car than again a Toyota Corolla. You know, they're good cars. And I mean, as far as a used car buy, you know, if it's the kind of car that you like, it could be a worthwhile car. But I would say, you know, make sure you check the service records, the mile, you know, what the actual life of the age, the mileage of the vehicle is. But even 200,000 kilometer Volvo still got a lot of life left in it. But have a mechanic inspect it. I mean, that's kind of the key, and just so you know what you're getting.
So there you go. If you're looking for service for your Volvo, new or old, the guys to see in Vancouver are Pollock Automotive. You can reach them at 604-327-7112. They're busy. You've got to book ahead. Or check out their website, pollockautomotive.com. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.